Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to make some French toast. I'm just adding in a cup of plant-based milk, and then I'm just adding, well, a little bit more than a cup, I guess, of the plant-based milk. I'm just finishing off that carton. Then I'm throwing in 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. You can add 1 to 2. I like to add more. I like more chia on my French toast, but if you're not a huge chia seed fan, then maybe just put 1 tablespoon and that will be enough. It'll also lower the whole fat content of your dish as well. So if that's a concern, then you can just add the 1 tablespoon. So I threw in a whole whack of cinnamon because I like it with a lot of cinnamon, and then gave that a nice mix. So this is the bread that I'm using. It's just a whole grain, really hearty bread. It's a few days old, so it's a little bit on the stale side. I had it in the fridge because it doesn't have preservatives and I don't want it to go bad. So if you have fresh bread and you don't have anything that's a little bit stale, that's fine. You can always toast it first and get it to be a little bit harder, and then you can still use it in this recipe. So while your bread is soaking in the milk, you're going to want to heat up your pan to a nice hot state. So you want to be able to put in your French toast. It's going to sizzle and it's going to get that nice crispy coating that you're looking for. You can go ahead and lower it after, but that initial first, time you put your French toast down, you want your pan nice and hot just to give it that crispy edge that French toast has. And this is a new pan. It's a ceramic coating. I got a whole set on Amazon and I'm actually really happy with it. I have always used stuff like the old school Pyrexes that are glassware, and the ceramic ware. I have been using ceramic pans since basically they came out. But over time you do have to replace them. So I did get that new set. So you're just going to soak your bread into the milk mixture. So if you wanted your French toast to be sweeter, like, when you go to vegan restaurants, they usually up the sweetness and make it really just over the top. I'm not a huge fan. I like to do it at home, to be honest. I like to control how much sugar is going in, and I feel like it's too sweet when you eat it out. So I don't put extra sugar in my milk. You could put brown sugar, you could put coconut sugar just to sweeten it a little bit more, maple syrup, but I just eat it like this. So if you like your French toast a little sweeter, then go ahead and add a sweetener to the milk, and that way, it'll be a little bit sweeter. So I'm adding my syrup on top, and I feel like that's enough for me personally, but you can do whatever you prefer. So I'm just soaking it nicely and flipping it a couple of times just to make sure that it's getting really nice and coated. And like I said, I like a lot of chia seed on mine. It adds a little bit of crispiness as well, and I just like the texture that it gives it. And remember, you want a really hearty bread. You don't want to use like a white fluffy bread. It's just not going to work. You need a nice crusty hard bread for French toast, or it will just get super soggy and you will not be able to make your French toast. So yeah, I just scrape off any excess chia seeds on my bread and then pop it into my pan and cook it for a few minutes and then flip it. You might have to flip it a couple of times depending on how cooked you like your French toast, but it really doesn't take much time at all. So as far as toppings go, you can add any kind of fruit, you can put icing sugar on top, you can use agave syrup, you can use maple syrup, which is my favorite, to drizzle on top. The toppings can be pretty much endless. It depends on what you prefer and how fancy you want to get, but I am in a hurry, so I'm just going to add some maple syrup on mine and head out the door to do some errands. And just plain is perfect for me. I had an apple on the side and I was good to go. So this was a perfect breakfast for me. So this was enough to do 7 pieces of my toast and also one little guy. And it was like literally just perfect. I did end up adding a touch more milk because my chia seeds were getting a little bit too thick. So I added a little bit more milk. So maybe I would say I put like a cup and a half in total. And it really depends on how much chia seed you're using because it does get thick as it sits. And you don't want it to be super, super thick. You do want a little bit of that liquid so it can absorb in the bread. And yeah, that was pretty much it. It gave me all of this yummy French toast, and this was good for 2 servings, and we were super full, and it was really satisfying and delicious. If I can cut into this. Okay, good texture. I think this bread is perfect for this. I love the chia seeds. Sorry, my bangs are crazy. I love the chia seeds, but if you're not a chia seed fan, you might not want to try this. So good. Okay, just having these before I head out. Really, really good. I have 4 more and 1 little bitty piece, so 5 more pieces that are cooking up, so someone else can enjoy it if they want it. But okay, this is really good. This is a great way of using up any leftover bread you have, or like I said, if you don't have leftover, just toast it and it will be fine. Just make sure that it's a little bit crunchy. And that's pretty much it. So delicious. You can use less chia if you don't want so much chia. I typically like it with more, but I did add more milk in as I was going because it thickens up as you're waiting for your French toast to cook up. Yeah, so hope you like the recipe. Super easy, really quick, and fuss-free, and no waste meal. So you can add more cinnamon if you want on top. That's what I'm missing. I like to add a little bit more. Now it's perfect. So I also had my greens powder in just some water and just mixed that through and chugged that for some extra boost and extra energy for the morning before I headed out for my errands. And that's always delicious and a super easy way of getting extra greens in when you're on the go. This is something that I like to keep in, you know, a little Ziploc or a little container with me, and even do it at work. And then you could just shake it in some water and give yourself some extra, you know, vitamins and minerals on the go. And that way you never feel like you're just not getting enough. This will top you up, and you will feel like you have a lot more energy. I really like having green drinks because I just feel like it gives me that extra boost when I would normally turn for a coffee. Sometimes this is just good enough. Okay guys, thanks for watching. That is it for today's video. I will see you in the next video coming soon. Take care, health, joy, and positive vibes to each and every one of you.